prevalent is this personal toxicity? In the United States, studies by the Environmental Working Group, EWG, found 553 different industrial chemicals, pollutants, and pesticides in 550 individuals across 40 states. In one recent study, EWG found 232 toxic chemicals in the umbilical cord blood of 10 babies, demonstrating that kids these days are being born pre-polluted. In Europe, widespread exposure to chemicals in food and consumer products used in homes, schools, and offices has been linked to problems with brain development in children. In Canada, Environmental Defence Canada's groundbreaking Toxic Nation project, launched in 2005, continues to expose the dangers of pollution through testing Canadians for measurable levels of toxic chemicals soaked up by their bodies. Like efforts in the United States and Europe, the Toxic Nation project applies scientific testing techniques, previously restricted to the pages of obscure scientific journals, to the raging public debate about what pollutants we are exposed to, in what amounts, and from which sources, and tells us what we can do about it. Over the past 15 years, Environmental Defence Canada has tested a wide range of consumer and personal care products for more than 130 pollutants. They also tested the blood and urine of more than 50 Canadians from all walks of life, people of all ages, men, women, and kids from different parts of the country and different ethnic backgrounds. They all turned out to be polluted to some degree. To date, less research has been conducted in developing countries, but we can reasonably assume that to the extent people are exposed to the same chemicals in those areas, the results would be similar. The results are even more alarming when we consider the cases of very specific chemicals. For instance, phthalates, an ingredient in many plastics used to keep the material pliable, have been convincingly linked to asthma, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, breast cancer, obesity and type 2 diabetes, low IQ, neurodevelopmental issues, behavioral issues, autism spectrum disorders, altered reproductive development, and male fertility issues. The presence of triclosan, that ubiquitous antibacterial ingredient in everything from personal care products to footwear, is increasing dramatically in the bodies of people and in lakes and rivers, and has been linked to increasing rates of allergies. The evidence of harm from mercury exposure continues to accumulate, with recent experiments revealing effects as varied as autoimmune diseases in adult women and hormone alterations in kids. Exposure to one synthetic chemical is worrisome enough, but the mixture of a large number of toxic chemicals in our bodies all at once has a more profound effect than the chemical industry would like us to believe. Individual chemicals are tested in isolation to determine a safe level, which presumes that so long as the concentration of that chemical in your body is below that level, you'll be good to go, with no ill effect. This rationalization falls apart, of course, when we have hundreds or thousands of synthetic chemicals in us at the same time. These chemicals can actually amplify each other's individual impacts. The most recent wrinkle in the story is the stunning new science now coming to light indicating widespread plastic pollution in the environment and in common products. It turns out that plastic never really breaks down. It just gets pounded into smaller and smaller bits by the passage of time, sunlight, and the action of waves. These microscopic particles then enter the food chain, air, and soil. In the past couple of years, scientists have started to find them in a disturbing range of products, including table salt, honey, shellfish, and beer. In one recent study, 83% of tap water in 7 countries was found to contain plastic microfibers. It seems certain that a steady diet of this plastic residue is one reason for humanity's elevated levels of plasticizing chemicals, like phthalates, described above. A kind of progress. As we noted in the original introduction to Slow Death, surging public engagement in the debates about environment and health was an exciting consequence of strong scientific evidence linking toxic chemicals to serious human disease. The public's everyday behavior was undergoing a marked and positive